Every one of you watching this screen, look out.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
What did I tell you about cartoons?
They've got a lot of brains, and they've got a lot of chutzpah.
Tell me how comic books make you feel, Dave.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hi, this is Frantz Kantor, illustrator, cartoonist, and toon talker, and I'm here with
Jim Bridges, and I'm the president of the Australian Cartoon Museum.
Huzzar!
And we were going to do this about a year ago, but we couldn't get the book in time, and Jack has died in that time, hasn't he? The great Jack Davis.
Yes. So Jack Davis is a stalwart of Mad magazine, and an American illustrator, American institution really, greatly loved and respected by all. This book is Jack Davis Drawing American Pop Culture by FB Publishing. You can find this, what happened to the dust jacket, I don't know, but you can find this on probably on eBay or Amazon. Just check it out. Why you should get this? Let's explore. Beautiful 1960s burnt orange textured.
The wallpaper, a lot of it's coming back.
This is beautifully designed. It's on a matte paper. This is, it's a nice little quick draw by William Stout. Bill Stout, of course, is a great artist. Did the gross outs for the Ren and Stimpy show.
And do you work on Wizards?
Not sure. I don't think. I'm not sure. I don't think he did. He may have, because he would.
So this talks about his record covers, his film covers, posters.
Flim Flam Man.
Yeah. So
we'll talk more about the movie posters in a sec, but I just want to breeze through some of the early years because they're quite formative. These are some of his early Jack Davis Jr. So these are little gag cartoons, like 4-panel gags. You have the setup. Then you have the play out, and then you have the punchline at the back. So, very funny, great double takes and expressions. These are some of his illustrative work. He's very, very accomplished, as you can imagine, with the brush and ink and pen and ink. These are some of his
I don't know if he was
from college.
Yeah, I'd say that they look like he's
life drawing, college, some observation, a bit of sports. He loved action.
Yeah.
He loved the human experiment, the human frailty of humans and the things that they get up to.
Well, that's like comedy and horror, isn't it?
It's like Schadenfreude, which is taking
Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's my father's favourite drink.
That's right. Taking delight in the misfortune of others. This is some of his beautiful early days. This reminds me of Charles Burns a little bit.
It's interesting.
Lovely.
From
pen brushwork.
It's very strong, but what he went on to do is much more sort of free. And but that's a pretty basic, but it's pretty powerful.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And he obviously did these how-to things.
Yeah, this is one of his first paying jobs.
Yeah.
So these are little instruction books on how to do things for. I think it's for a petrol station, isn't it? Or
how to open a Coke machine.
Yeah. So this is for instructions for petrol station.
Yeah. And of course, his early work was sort of
This sort of everyman. But apart from the ugly drawing of the characters, I mean, if you pay attention to the brushwork, the rendering,
look at
this beautiful explosion over there. There's some real great fluid, exciting, strong, chunky brushworks.
Yeah.
And this manic posing You
Well,
know,
he was born for Mad, wasn't he?
of the
Virtually born for
of the
Mad.
characters.
Yeah.
This is coming up.
And this is
It's a
this
precursor.
is an early piece. See,
Yeah.
these eggheads at the football, and this is all the carry on around them.
Yeah,
All that, there's so much going on here.
I love this. It's sort of like, they wanted to have this area a bit blank so that
Yeah.
you could hear,
Yeah.
you could see what was their expressions easily.
Well, pulling
But he
hair
couldn't
out,
help
yeah.
but fill up that blank area
Yeah, with
peanuts.
peanuts. Yeah, that's right. It just because like nothing's wasted.
Yeah, but look, the pulling of the hair,
And
the
he's
bump
got a-
on the
and
head.
He's got a scratch on his lost teeth. What else?
You
is
know,
in there?
and then there's that guy poking his tongue out,
Yeah.
and
he's-
then there's a guy drinking a can. So it's like it's filled up with, and there's the obligatory Coke bottle.
Yeah.
It's filled up with content and story. You know, little gags, little
bit of
stories.
contact and
This
story
guy
over
over here
here.
being hit in the head with a shoe.
yeah, or
There's
a
lots
bottle.
and lots of bits of story.
And this is sort
Again-
of sad sackish.
Yeah, yeah. So it's all right. This is good.
It's army
good to
stuff.
see all this.
Yeah.
Here he gets it. Looks like Donald Trump.
It does.
So, ooh, beautiful work here. Look at
Yeah.
this. It's starting to get into
Mature.
the more mature, like the more adult.
I said that's what I said. Sarsaparilla.
Yeah. So this is like a precursor for the what is it? Tales from the Crypt and
Yeah.
the vaulted horror stuff.
Yeah, and the war stuff.
The EC.
And speaking of EC, let's go for it.
Let's
Oh,
go
Mad
right into
Magazine.
it. So this is Mad Magazine. Now these were incredibly popular because people would pore over
Well, you'd
these
spend
into
20
the
minutes.
minor little details. Yeah, you could spend a day looking at all the little nuances and little tiny bits and pieces.
Well,
that
they're
he
the two little
put in.
girls from Little Rock, from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Yes.
Is that the UN? That's the UN.
Yeah. So this is like a who's who. Who's that?
Cruise Chop. Cruise Chop.
No. Yeah.
We know who that is.
Mickey. Yeah.
And we know who that is.
Sometimes they put themselves into it.
Is
So
that
this is
Churchill?
the new year,
It's a bad
1956.
Churchill. It's a bad Churchill.
That's a Churchill. There's a Queen.
Yeah,
There's a Queen's sister, I think.
yeah.
Queen's mother. I don't know.
It's not bad for a
Marilyn
guess.
Monroe. Jane Russell.
Yeah. Have a tussle with Jane Russell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is, look at this page. That was the ad he always did, sorry, no mad. He's a great couple. Look at that line. Look at that line.
Yes, he's a champion of the broken body. The
Yeah.
gesture is like the idea behind it is just pushed to the nth degree. The action and just the absurdity of the pose.
Yeah.
It's just really, really cool. And the start of the signature Jack Davis shoes.
The
which we'll
goofy
talk
shoes.
about.
The goofy shoes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Now, this book, besides being a bit muddy, it doesn't actually tell you where these things are actually from. It's just in the chapters. And I suspect that that's his rough and that's his finished. But
Yeah.
I could be wrong. He could be that's just cut out.
Yeah, well, that it could be. He's stuck very
But
carefully.
look at all
to
this.
the
Everyone's different.
pose.
They're all have the same eyes, but they're all different.
Yeah,
And there's that lovely. How can you describe his brushwork? I mean, his.
or the watercolor.
Yeah, how could you describe it? It's very quick and loose and like in the knuckles. You just think, oh, yeah, but it works. You know what I mean? He obviously was a fast worker.
Yeah, we have to be.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful pen cross-hatched rendered illustration. I don't know the context of this, but it's about the Cold War, obviously missile.
Well, Hitler's in it, and
Is
so
it?
is
Dracula.
Dracula. Yeah, so a few people
So
in it.
he was a big player in the Cold War.
Was he?
I didn't know that.
Well, he was the subtext.
Invented in Russia first.
Yeah.
I don't know what the gag is for here, but it's beautiful.
That's
Look at zip tone here.
That's
this
the
is
trouble
that
with-
paper you paint.
That's the trouble with this
water
book.
on it,
It doesn't
it
actually
reveals
give
a-
the credits where they're from.
It reveals a pattern, half-tone
Yeah.
pattern.
Well, yeah, they use two different types of
Yeah.
chemical.
Oh, did they did
Well,
wasn't
it's in,
water?
it's
It was something
hang
else.
on, isn't it impregnated? Hang on, let's have a look.
It's a pattern.
Yeah, but isn't it impregnated into the board? And if
Yeah.
you put the special stuff on it, it
Yeah.
brings it up more.
Yeah, like a magic paintbrush.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at it.
Yeah, attention to detail. So these are, I would imagine they're quite big.
Mickey Mouse here on the parachute, and he's got what's are these
Roadrunner.
And his eyes,
Yeah.
and there's those feet again. Look,
He lost his teeth.
Yeah.
See, he can't help himself.
can't help. He's always losing his teeth. There's always loose teeth in these pictures. Yeah. The incredible science fiction.
There's some more beautiful brushwork and penwork here.
Yeah. And so look at the amount of detail he's prepared to do.
Yeah.
He just didn't stint. And if there was
No,
like
they
this is
worked so
unusual,
beautifully.
having a black space like that's unusual because everything else is.
Yeah.
Well,
to increase the contrast.
I know, but it's a pity. And the other thing about this book is the paper it deadens it a bit. I've got that.
So
in
great
black and white.
anatomy,
Yeah.
very fluid,
Yeah, well,
very
there's
fluid
that- there's
anatomy.
that
So
wonderful,
it's like it's a living thing, right? It's not
Yeah.
not a plastic.
This
person.
guy's
Look at these beautiful little cartoons, these illustrations of the mascots of the tales from the
Crypt
crypt.
Keeper, the Vault Keeper, and the Old Witch.
Yeah, so he really loved black ink.
Yeah.
So the shadows.
These
which
are all
were-
in full colour, but these are the.
They were reprinted. They were
Yeah.
printed in full colour.
yeah.
But he loved the black.
Yeah.
So these really punched,
His horror stuff was
helped
terrific.
punch out the contrast
Yeah.
for the horror.
And his lines really interesting. Look, he's
Yeah.
got these lines across here, then they curve, and the hands.
Contours.
Look at the hands,
Yeah,
the hairs, and it's just
yeah. It's a nice classic brush stroke.
yeah.
Very, very cool. This is more his signature in his color work, his later work.
Yeah.
A very loose,
Very loose, yeah,
drawn brush and pen
yeah.
and watercolor.
But he used
Interesting.
paint more than just blocking it in. This is from one of his war comics. Look at all
Yeah, this is beautifully,
this is blown up.
beautifully rendered.
Look.
Yeah, the dove of peace.
And this is an unfinished piece.
Look at this
obviously.
pose.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
And look at
Oh,
this.
beautiful.
Look at this. He's just above the surface.
Yeah. Powerful stuff. So
Very
how to
powerful,
do it.
very punchy
So,
and powerful. Like
very
you said.
competent with everything. All the textures, all the different characters, the different.
Yeah.
He's very competent with horror, with serious stuff, war, and comedy. He loved comedy because he can't resist really.
He can't resist
to have
it.
some
It's-
form of comedic snafu, some little what do you call a
Well,
gag
that's
in
the
end.
famous photograph of Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid, yeah,
And-
with Jack Davis boots.
Yeah, Jack Davis.
So
boots.
that's his signature, sort of that.
Lovely. Look at this. Beautiful. I mean, you could blow that up and just look at this rouse, couldn't you? All
Yeah,
different.
beautifully
and look
rendered.
At that, look at that nose.
That's a great job. That's a lot of fun.
That's a great
He
job.
had a lot of fun with that. Very well done.
I remember some of this, the Civil War stuff.
Yeah,
And look at this. This guy's prospector or something. No, he's a soldier. He's dying or he's been shot.
so there's a lot of research that gone into the guns and the paraphernalia and stuff.
But look at the balance in that picture. Look at
Yeah.
he's like, and it's all over there.
Mm.
It's a pity you can't see
Just a
this stuff.
combination of
They're too small.
really, beautifully rendered, almost caricatures of forms and shapes.
Well,
and,
he-
and then coming up with these
Yeah.
simplified cartoons.
Yeah.
It's a really nice blend. Gunsmoke Kid, very reserved style, but again, can't help to get into the looser
Yeah.
shapes. You can see there's a tension going on between the different, the tight and the loose, and but very competently done. But again,
Well, he's
he's trying to break out. He wants to break
Yeah,
out.
he's
and be funny,
comedic.
looking
Like look
funny.
at this.
Yeah,
he's
that's
comedic.
Yeah,
You know.
that's really funny.
Yeah.
Breaking the model again. This is lovely. This is a beautiful, exaggerated pose. So this is very Little Abnerish.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, nice. Hillbillies.
A pathology of humour.
Yeah,
On a comic.
yeah, by Dell. It's very unusual. So he loved all of these little things, you know, the little maps of schematics and stuff like that.
And he put all sorts of stuff in.
Yeah, these are really fun to read. These little gags.
Didn't he do all those famous?
Much energy.
He did all those famous
ideas.
cards. Those bubblegum cards that people, even adults, used to stick on their office and things like that.
Yeah.
And all this detail about, like, you know, like there's a dog on the moon, there's mouse, there's rabbits, there's God knows what, and he's chased them. It's frenetic. Look at the shoes.
The first man on the moon will be a dog catcher. So the idea is that, you know, the space race was pioneered by dogs and monkeys.
Yes.
They sent them into space.
Oh, the subtext.
That's the idea.
The subtext.
Yeah. So the idea is that they didn't burn off in the sun or the atmosphere like Laika, poor Laika. And they actually landed on the moon and they lived there.
And these are all the ones they didn't tell us about, right?
Yeah, I don't know if there were gerbils in the space race or
gerbil,
rabbits, but I guess they're just
record covers and movie posters. Now this looks like it's from Mad Mad World. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go into let's go into Mad World.
The Monster Rally.
The Monster Rally. Loved monsters, and monsters loved him.
Yeah, and he had comedy and horror all mixed up.
Yeah, which
in
is
one picture,
which is great for both.
Hang on,
comedy
just go
and
back.
horror.
There's that's the Purple People Eater.
Oh, okay.
There it is, folks.
Which is a record.
The Purple People Eater.
That's a song.
He had a one eye, one horn flying Purple People Eater.
Yeah.
A very early Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash is a nice. There's the Jack
He
Davis.
looks like a very early Muppet. That's a very early Muppet, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, when you look at his illustrations, if you look at the background, you start to see these little characters, which, because your attention's drawn over here, he can go berserk over here.
His foot's in the mouth of a snake.
Yeah.
And he's got here, remember Peter, Paul and Harry? There's Harry there. That's beautiful colour.
Yeah.
The Bible told
lovely,
us so.
lovely pose. Lovely pose. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
and all of the little heads in their faces.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful painting.
Look at the hand.
Yeah.
And of course there's a busted guitar string.
Yeah.
You've got to have a busted
You
guitar.
have to have the gags in there are very, very important.
I remember that series when stereo first came in. They made a big deal of it. Look at all these characters.
People would buy these records for the covers.
Well, they still
That's
do.
What
They
I used
collect
to do
them.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the music. I'm only interested in Jethro and Homer.
Really, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
But all of this stuff, look at the chickens, the little stories, the rats, the snakes, somebody left their teeth in an apple on the ground, and it's just added story for free, I mean, look at this kid, he's crying and all you can see is his two teeth. This guy bashing up his still, or he's a sheriff.
Yeah.
You can see with the I could tell with the bow tie, the hat, and the badge.
And the outhouse has a television
boots.
antenna on it. Look.
Yes.
Of course, spent a lot of time out there. The Phantom Surfers, my God. Think of all the bands that have lasted 10
That was a later
seconds.
one. I don't know why they've mixed these up. This is 97.
Yeah. Oh, there he
Red
is.
Skelton, is it?
No, it's
Who's
Spike
that?
Jones.
I don't know who that
And
is.
here comes Beetlebomb. He was a band leader who did all this comedy stuff.
Right. Okay. Cool. Beautiful stuff.
Crazy
So-
Otto.
I don't know them.
The Six Fat Dutchman.
This guy. The eyes through the hat.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Look, straight up there. And of course you've got to have spittoons and teeth. Don't forget the teeth.
And pretzels. Because they're German, right?
Oh, well, there. Now, this is...
So he did. Okay, let me talk about this very briefly. I think we're going to go
I
into
pinched
the
this one
Mad,
from
Mad,
the
Mad, Mad
pictures
World.
when I was a kid.
Yes. Well, a lot of people did. They would go to the pictures and they'd say,
it off.
if no one's looking, grab this one-sheeter.
Yeah.
So these were beautiful tales of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Which were
and you got
illustrated.
the likenesses spot on.
The
too.
likenesses were there, but there's so much energy and fun. And these little stories of the characters in the background, were just so interesting.
Well, the frenetic... He really distilled and
he pioneered this sort of journey thing of the characters.
They're
and
always
the
running on an out of control parade.
Yeah.
So this is
Police Academy. That's a later one.
yeah.
That's a later one. So this is one of his first ones. This is a mad world. So you can start to see all of this craziness happening. You know, the story from the movie. All this happening in the background.
Well, there's so much character because look at that arm. That's Spencer Tracy's arm.
Yeah.
It's impossible to do like that, but you know, not in a movie poster.
No, that's not Spencer Tracy's arm, is it? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Well, who's that? Whose arm is it?
No,
We don't know.
I think it's No, that's Spencer. No, that's
Whatever.
that is his arm because he actually ends up with the money. Well,
This
in
is
the
a
film.
party, Peter Sellers.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all this zany action in the background.
Yeah.
It's essentially like the party room, the multi-tiered open plan Hollywood mansion that became this chaotic
Well, I
scene
mean,
in
the whole
end.
film is all squashed into one picture, basically.
Yeah.
What he's doing.
Yeah, but but not spoiling anything.
No,
It's just giving you this great sense of fun.
Yeah.
You know, the peeing scene with the statue. You know,
Yeah.
all of these are it's like there's just so much.
Well, this is
stuff.
Annie Fanny stuff, but it's also mad stuff. It's early mad stuff, and it's soap. And if you look long enough, you'll find teeth in
The
there.
drunk
somewhere.
waiter.
You'll
There's
find
all the
teeth there
story
somewhere.
from the film is in the poster.
Yeah, that's right. And here's his pencil.
Yeah. Well, this is for Fletch or something, or
Yeah, it looks like Fletch. 'cause
This is
it's
a later
send-up
one
of-
from the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
So that's a later one.
It's a pity about this because this book doesn't tell you this, you know.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of guess.
So you see,
funny thing
there's
happened
that,
on the way
there's
to the
that
forum.
whole, as you were talking about, that whole sort of.
Yes, this is the journey
Yeah.
in the poster. You
Yeah.
could stand there. I used
Well,
to
it's
stand.
the chase. It's the chase.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I used to stand there for hours looking at these. Who's that in the movie? Who's that in the movie? Who's that in the movie?
Well, you
Who's that in
couldn't
the
afford
movie?
to go in.
No, I went in, but I would annoy my sister by standing there looking at this poster
And did you
for
knock
hours.
off? Did you knock off any posters?
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't have any friends to keep
Donald
the,
Sutherland.
the usher busy
Oh, look
while
at
I
this.
nicked
The
poster.
flag. It's a great idea, isn't it? The flag.
Yeah, Kelly's
And
Heroes.
there's the boots. Look at the boots. Everyone's
Yeah,
different.
the Jack Davis boot.
Yeah.
Irrespective of whether it's a desert boot or whether it's a sand shoe, doesn't matter. You know,
Well,
they're all
I'm
fun.
pretty sure if you're a film star
That's his signature.
and
Look for
Jack
that.
Davis or Mort Drucker drew you'd
There
get
is-
a copy, if not the original.
They're as famous as clown shoes, as
Yes,
slappy clown
yeah.
shoes.
Yeah.
So these
that's-
were
that's she was Nina
so
and Frederick.
popular. These were incredibly popular.
Yeah.
Much better than using old stinky old photographs.
Yeah. Stinky old photographs.
Yeah, I don't like stinky old photographs.
Oh, really?
So over here, gags and illustrations. Oh, this is fun. These are all
Bubbly
paperbacks.
hillbillies.
These are paperbacks. Of course, paperbacks, they have this sort of condensed illustration story.
Yeah.
In one, you've only got like a couple of inches to tell the story, basically, and grab attention from all of the other paperbacks. And he did that really, really well with these. So you get an impression of what the story is about and what the flavor of it is all about. So
Yeah.
they're going to be about rude jokes or, funny stories, right? So that's immediately obvious with the cartoons. And they were really inventive. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's a close-up drawing of
And he
one of
illustrated
his
stuff too.
illustrations. Yeah.
Beautiful illustrations.
But again, look at the poses. They're completely. He broke the figure. He broke the pose. Just to get that
That's
gag.
great. Look at that.
The gag was so important.
Look the ball behind him. He's ready.
Yeah.
The guy's.
There's an incredible amount of powerful story in that baseball.
The
Baseball
tension-
is
the
a
tension in
much
it
more
too.
exciting game.
And what's he got in his
Because of
pocket here?
him.
What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a handkerchief. or
Handkerchief. Yeah, but it could be anything in there to denote
Look at it. That's
character. I mean, look at the character of the Spurs.
That's the character of Jack Elam coming at you, isn't it? Yeah, look at those shoes.
the twitchy fingers.
The tongue hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff.
Ding.
So this is where he just kind of let go. These are very nice, beautiful, loose,
loose.
cowboy illustrations.
Loose.
So they're exaggerated, caricatured poses and expressions, and attention to detail. These little pull-ups on the side of the boots, and you know, all of these little tiny bits, 3-button cuffs,
but the way
bulging pockets.
But the way it puts the paint down too, it's just bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
well, watercolor shorthand.
Yeah, that's right, watercolor shorthand.
Yeah, this is a very sensitive illustration of the hipster dude. No,
Oh, the hipster dude.
Abraham Lincoln. Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. Lots of warmth and...
Yeah, it's a duotone. So this is a watercolor done in 2 colors, reproduced with 2 colors, but done in 2 colors.
Yeah. Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
So these were reproduced in adventure magazines.
Yeah. And books. You did book illustrations.
Illustrated books, yeah. Illustrated
Well,
books.
there's what's
Where
his name?
they only had 2 colors to play with. This is Bully.
Teddy. Yeah.
Stories of Teddy Roosevelt. Ah, look at horror. Look at this.
You only need one eye for horror. You don't need
the beautiful use of the sea sponge to create this texture over the top, which gives it a feeling of moss and detritus.
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 That's
detritus.
a terrible bloody repo, isn't it?
Well, it's from a card. These are cards.
Yeah,
these are the cards you're talking about.
No,
so
they're
they're
the
quite
later
small.
ones. They're later ones.
So these are quite small. These are very, you know, these are probably to this size. They're very small bubblegum cards.
Yeah.
It's the reproduction of them.
And this
is my favourite.
You could buy this.
Yes, you could buy a 6-foot version.
Yeah.
Was it this one? No, it was another one that was a 6-foot version. This is a later one, I presume, or an early one.
Look, he's got his electric thing
But this
wrapped
is-
around his...
Yeah, so not convinced about who the face is, but the idea behind this is obviously with the sheepskin.
very respectful
That's the
with
Bride
the
of
face.
Frankenstein.
Is that straight?
So anybody with no, it's not straight. So anybody that is a horror film fanatic would be very excited by this illustration.
Look at those hands.
Yeah.
Look at those hands. Oh,
So again, telling the story, you know, beautiful watercolors, very subdued color. You know, very competent. See how it goes into
see, he's
dry
got
brush.
these bits of smoke
Yeah.
floating through.
Oh,
And
beautiful stuff. So these are probably from men's magazines.
yeah. See, here's his rough, and look
Yeah.
at this guy's face, and here's how he's finished him.
Yeah, he's changed it.
He's
a bit.
changed him dramatically, and this guy even the eye, the old Picasso trick about the different eyes, and like he's added
So
so
the
much.
profile here is much stronger than this one.
Yeah. And look
Very
at,
well done.
Look at the mouth, and there's
Beautifully
always a
done.
spittoon here.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, like frenetic and beautiful at the same time, and
Yeah.
detail, lots of detail, and you just love looking at all these ways he
Use
did
a
it.
brush
Yeah.
and pen.
And look at this hand, just and the feet.
Yeah, so it's very incredibly competent with perspective. So you're actually looking down on the character and looking up at the same time.
Yeah.
So you had this sort of bent effect, which gave it really a lot of energy and excitement.
Look,
to the pose.
he keeps working on the idea. He doesn't stick
Well,
to
I
it.
think this is a lot better than this.
But
This
look,
is sort
look
of
at those
underdeveloped.
hands. Look at those hands.
Yeah,
And then he ends up just doing this, you know. Yeah, they look like Playboy.
yeah.
They look like
Men's
Playboy
magazine cartoons. This was a sort of the idea
Yeah.
at the time to have this beautiful watercolor float in the page, and the
Yeah,
story would it looks a lot neater on the
That's
on the
an old
page.
gag, isn't it? That's an old gag. Look at her face here. Look at her face here.
Yeah, I actually like this one better. Don't know why. I think it's a lot stronger.
Yeah.
It
Well,
depends
colour's not
how you
always
develop
better.
it.
Colour's not always better. And he did shambles really well. Like
This guy's about to dive into the ring.
yeah, and look at his gloves.
Yeah.
They're like his feet. You know what I mean? Extended.
So he started out with this puddle, this brown puddle.
Yeah.
You see it go dry up there, the dry brush,
Yeah.
and then he'll paint all of the details.
And look
into
at
the
all the
soup.
smoke. The smoke floating through it.
Yeah.
But no one did squalor like he did.
No, he was like king of squalor.
Yeah.
You know, the half-eaten apples.
So
and
what's
stuff.
this? We've lived like beatniks for 30 years and no one thought we were anything special. There's the sketch and there's the finished thing and all the
Yeah.
and look, the newspapers under his feet and the
You ever
dog.
want to understand shoes or feet or slippers or anything like that? If you study his stuff, because he did extensive studies, they were caricatured shoes.
Well,
so
yeah, but here,
really a lot of
like
fun.
these are slippers, and you can see there's more than character shoes. The feet were huge too. Although he didn't draw many naked feet, did he?
Yeah, he did. A lot of hillbillies and things. These are beautiful.
Oh, look at this, the 18th hole, and that's happened. That'll really stuff you up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'll ruin your game.
Yeah, ruin the game. And look at the power in that and this. Look, the whole body's turned around.
Yeah.
And he's
Very,
lost a shoe.
Yeah.
He's lost
Very. Again, it's shorthand. It's very quick, but
Yeah.
beautifully done. You know, sacrifice everything for the gag. The gag is all important.
I like what you just said. That was good. And this is what he did all the time. This is what he did all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
This is football mascots.
You got
obviously.
you got your money's worth with him.
Yeah.
And this is gorilla
This
breaking.
is a beautiful.
Yeah,
don't know who
that's-
that is, but
That's
a really lovely caricature.
I know nothing about golf.
The Battle of
except that
Mascots.
It's flog spelt backwards, but that's that famous American golfer. No one's drawn a tiger like
A
that.
bulldog.
No one's drawn a tiger like that.
Really cool. More cards. So these are little bubblegum cards.
Yeah.
Again.
These are the sort of
used for
ones that
tiny
I
little
remember,
gags.
but they were long and
Yeah.
you know.
Really well done. Get Smart. This is probably the film, which I think came out in the 80s.
It might have been the TV Week or an ad for in a television show. Or
You reckon? Oh, it could be. From
this is late because it's Madonna.
Yes, from the TV guide.
Yeah. Look, he's got
There's
lots
Madonna
to-
again, watercolor though.
all the characters. Oh, speaking
Time
of
and TV guide. Here we go. So Time covers because he was Jack Davis. He was asked to do all of these time covers. So look how many time covers he did. He was the go-to guy because he could do cartoon animals,
Yeah.
showing the worried Republican elephants, sports stars, presidents having a fight, getting ready for a tussle. Every time they had something like that, Time would reflect on it, and he would be called on to do these.
He probably did more
incredibly powerful.
He probably did more cartoony
cartoons.
sort of covers for Time than any other artist.
Yeah,
I'd say, because Time was pretty conservative.
yeah. They were conservative, but they were able to
It's a lovely
use
drawing,
his
isn't it?
covers.
Look at the hands.
They were able to use his cartoons
Yeah,
because they were just funny. People
Yeah.
responded to them. People loved them.
yeah.
the
And he was great on
caricatures-
he's great on the group work. They're hard to do to get the balance right. That's
That's a really beautiful watercolor.
great,
That's
strong.
lovely.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The dollar,
Yeah.
the mighty dollar. They're all fighting and look, throwing the petrol on it. Yeah, the mighty dollar and the French, of course. The mighty dollar. all
This is interesting. This looks like Kurtzman. This
well,
could
he
be
probably
him.
learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
I'd
This
say
is
he
a very
learned.
interesting, simple cartoon.
So we have to.
Quite like all these decisions. They've done a really good job in this book.
Well, I think it
like
should
this.
be. I think it should be in.
Oh,
in
look how he
gloss.
develops a character.
I
So
think it
here's
should
the
be in
cover,
gloss.
and this is how he's grand old party. Maybe these are other solutions, or maybe these are for other jobs. These look like for other jobs. But here's the development of
Well, that's the one that ended up on the cover.
this cover, this idea here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this was for another cover or another illustration.
Yeah.
So this is this development, and this is this development. So you can clearly see where his Look at the trunk.
Can you imagine
This is
if
so much fun.
Fantasia used Jack Davis elephants instead of the other ones? You know,
They'd have a hard time. I don't think anyone could animate this properly.
yeah,
You'd have to instruct them.
there's too much going on.
Work out a how-to book. Billy
All
Carter.
this, like,
Yeah. So, again, like the movie posters, this is the hierarchy of characters that tell a story. That go off into the distance.
that's a great.
And that's what
That's a
he
great
was
sanity clause.
known for.
Yeah. Look at the boots.
Yeah. But never to, always look in between the story, so you could see all of these little zany ideas. Just really well done. Really well done.
Yeah, that's a cover.
Yeah.
Anybody's
Joe
doing that.
Namath, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
What was his nickname? The Bear or something? Yeah, it's the group stuff.
So TV guide covers are, were also a specialty. These were like TV lineups. They'd get to do either a show complete, like this one is Harvey, what's his name, Barney Miller, and they'd either do a show or they'd do like a TV lineup, the best of,
Yeah.
or sports stars or whatever
The Godfather movies.
on TV.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Godfather movie, but that's the TV appearance of the Godfather movie. Over 2 great nights. So Bob Hope, Laugh-In, Rowan and Martin. This is Petticoat Junction. So you'll see this Bonanza. There's Hoss. So you'll see all of these characters that are
Look at that horse.
shows that you love. These were collector's items.
Yeah.
These were
Yeah, they were.
really hoarded.
I've seen them in frames.
Yeah. Again, such a beautiful look at the guy off camera feeding the elephant peanuts.
But there's that wonderful balance, free. It's just like that image there is really lovely.
Yeah.
It's just
Simple and powerful.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to get into his movie work, his movie design. So these are again.
Rob?
Is this for the TV guide? Maybe.
I don't know. Well, I think so.
Oh, he did stamps.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
he's behaving himself. But look, that's an even better drawing.
The envelope.
Yeah, on the envelope. Okay. That's funny.
This is beautiful. Look how you go from this simple construction to this, and still keeping all the proportions are there.
But the amount of detail he gives you, you feel satisfied. You
Yeah.
don't go away hungry.
Yeah.
Very visually, you don't go away hungry.
Well, there's a lot of little things to look at.
Yeah. Look at this.
99.2. So he'll be getting into some more of the longer
Well,
stuff.
Yeah, it's obviously magazine stuff.
Yeah.
And
Biography. All right. So there's not the
Early
what is
stuff.
it? Mad Monster Party,
No.
which he
Is that
had.
Bill Gaines?
Yeah.
It is Bill Gaines, yeah. And there's
William
one of his
Gaines.
classics, like he slid and there's only his heart's left. Yak. And this is, okay, we're getting...
Humbug.
Okay, so the book's, there he is, the man himself,
Yeah.
like a shag on a rock. It's a pity we haven't got a decent picture of him in this book. And tributes. So what's this? Oh, there's the giant.
Oh, there's the life-size
yeah,
Frankenstein.
it is longer, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 feet tall.
Yeah. And only $1.50, folks.
Yeah. It's not
A
$1.50
full 6 feet for only $1.50. Oh, there he is, but there's... I remember the
Yeah,
Anthony
he's
stuff.
put the version.
He obviously
did.
stayed mates with Kurtzman.
Yep. Kurtzman.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look.
powerful. Look at that.
Look at that. They're playing.
Pinochle
in
or
the back of and they're two
dice.
boys shoot through
Throwing
and there.
dice.
And it's just called Korea. Bang.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
great stuff.
And these are all the people who actually contributed it.
Yeah, to the book.
Yeah.
Contributes to the book. Sergio Aragonés. Let's go through very quickly. Sergio Aragonés, Drew Friedman, Al Jaffe, of course, Joe Kubert, Peter Cooper, Tony Millionaire. So it's like Spain Rodriguez. There's a who's who there of classic, the comic book, underground classics.
Brown.
So
I'm a little browned off of this book because I think that it should have been.
Well, there's some things missing, but I think overall,
Well, it's better.
this is a
It's better than the
beautiful,
black and white book because
yeah.
it's in some sort of colour in it. Yeah.
This is a beautiful read, and this is, of course, his iconic.
It's a mad cartoonist, Jack Davis.
This is Frantz Kantor.
And Jim Bridges saying, check us out on Patreon.
No, you can help us out by subscribing to this channel.
And press that red button.
Yeah, press the subscribe button.
Yes.
And ring the bell for future updates. And you can find us on Patreon where you can actually support us monetarily.
Yes.
And thank you very much. This is from the Cartoon Museum.
Yes. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks for the sour persimmons, cousin.